So here we have a question from Marv. He wants to know if there's a way to rename or assign a name to an element that he can use for motion tracking assignments. And he wants to do something basic like basic 1, basic 2, whatever. I found one way you can do it, and I'll go through that. If you want to name every element that you're going to attach to one of your video clips, or I should say you want to rename every object that you're going to assign to your video clip that you have motion tracking on, I've only found one way you can do that. And that is if you go into titles and you make your own custom titles. Now these are the call out boxes that one normally uses for motion tracking because they have the little arrow that points to the whatever it is that you're tracking in the video clip. But in order, you can't rename these. There's no way of renaming them or anything like that. So you can't use any pre-made one. The only option you have is to make your own. And over the years, I've kind of made my own because they're not that hard to do. And here's custom ones that I've created. And I'm just going to quickly create one of these, and we're going to rename them. Because you can see these here, you could actually rename. Although this is not what we're going to do. We're not going to rename it in here because that doesn't help us. But what we are going to do is we're going to create something like this. And we do that by going to titles and then just go into the regular trending, and the very first one that comes up is the default title. We drag that down, and we go into the advanced mode in the property panel, and we just delete this because we don't need it. And then what we do is we go up here to shapes, and we're going to do a box, and we're going to just color the box a little bit. And that's not the text, although we can change the text. Why don't we change the text to something red? Okay. And then we're going to change the opacity of the box here. So we go down to the background here. Actually, it's to the shape fill section all the way down here. And we can just change the opacity to like 50% so you can kind of see through it. And then we want to put a border on there. Let's put the same red border on there, and let's make the thickness about 3. So we can just type the value of 3 in here. And so now we got a little box with that. But we'd also like to put an arrow on there. So we're going to have to choose another shape. We're going to take an arrow. We're going to drag that down, maybe shape it out a little bit so it looks more like something we want to use. And in this case, we're going to go up to the top and take the text out because we don't really want the text on that element. But we do want to change the color of the object, so we'll go back down to the shape fill, and we'll again change it to red. So we have the same red color, and let's just kind of make it smaller, maybe a little bit longer, whatever. Anyway, here's a basic shape, and you can just put it together just like this. All right. Now we have this basic shape, and we hit apply, and its basic shape is right here. Now this ends up in, actually I shouldn't have gotten out of it. We should go back into the advanced mode, and we're going into the advanced mode for this, and there's 2 elements. We have the arrow and we have the text box. And what we do is we can hit the apply and all that, but we can also do save as custom. And here's the trick. This is how you can do it. You hit save as custom, and it'll give you a default title. My preset 1, preset 2, or whatever, but we'll just call it box 1. Okay, like so. And we have now saved this element. Okay. Okay, so let's hit apply. All right. So now we have it right here under mine, custom, box 1. So let's say we want to use box 1 again, but we don't want it to be called box 1. We want it to be called box 2. Well, that's very easy. We already have it dragged down here, so we click on it again. If it's not selected, we click on it, and we go into Advanced again. And now we say Save as Custom. Now we're making that duplicate. So here we go, Save as Custom, and we'll call it Box 2. Okay, Box 2, and we'll say OK. It's spelled differently, but okay. You could be more neat when you're doing it. I'm just doing a demonstration here. So now we can see we have a Box 1 and a Box 2. So now we could continue doing this if we needed 4, 5, or 6 times. We made our own object that has 2 elements. And the thing about the 2 elements is that they're independently usable. You know, each one, it's a layer 1, layer 2. So we could say layer 1 is our text, and we're just going to have it sitting over here in the corner. And layer 2 is the arrow, and we're going to point that to here. Now, which do we have here, Box 1 or Box 2? Let's go back to here to our clip. This is our first clip, and we'll scroll down to our motion tracking, and we will see that we have just the default title. So that's not the one we want to use. We'll go ahead and delete that. But instead, we'll drag down Box 1, and we'll put it right here. And we'll drag down Box 2, and we'll put it right here. Now, none of them, or rather neither of them, have been assigned to any clips yet. But when we go to the clip, and we go to the tracking section, and we click on here and see what's available, we see Box 1. And let's move this other one over here, and let's click on this one, and let's see what's available here. Here is Box 2. If we had stacked them on top of each other, I assume that both names would have been available, but I don't know for sure, so let's just check it out. Yes, indeed, Box 1 and 2. So whatever is stacked on top of here, that is what is available to that object. So this is how you can do it. And this is how you can make as many of these different names as you want.